Welcome to CFP Exam Prep. Today we're diving deep into education savings plans, focusing on three major vehicles that frequently appear on the CFP exam. These are 529 plans, Coverdell ESAs, and Roth IRAs for education funding. Let's start with 529 plans, which are often misunderstood in their mechanics. A 529 plan allows for tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals when used for qualified education expenses. The key concept here is that contributions are made with after-tax dollars, but all earnings grow tax-free. Many candidates miss that 529 plans have no annual contribution limits, but they do have aggregate limits that vary by state, typically between $235,000 and $500,000. One common mistake on the exam involves gift tax implications. While you can contribute up to $17,000 annually without gift tax consequences, you can also front-load 5 years of contributions, meaning up to $85,000 at once. This is a unique feature that distinguishes 529 plans from other education savings vehicles. Moving to Coverdell education savings accounts, these are more restricted but offer additional flexibility. The maximum annual contribution is $2,000 per beneficiary, and this is where many test takers get tripped up. Unlike 529 plans, Coverdell contributions are subject to income limitations. The ability to contribute phases out for single filers between $95,000 and $100,000 of modified adjusted gross income, and for joint filers between $190,000 and $220,000. A critical distinction that often appears on the exam is that Coverdell funds can be used for K-12 expenses, not just college costs. However, the funds must be used by the time the beneficiary turns 30, unless they're a special needs beneficiary. This age restriction doesn't exist with 529 plans. Roth IRAs present an interesting alternative for education funding. While primarily retirement vehicles, they offer unique advantages for education expenses. The key concept here is accessibility. You can withdraw contributions at any time without penalty, and earnings can be withdrawn penalty-free if used for qualified education expenses. However, earnings may still be subject to income tax. Here's a practical example that often appears on the exam. Consider a client with $50,000 in a Roth IRA, consisting of $30,000 in contributions and $20,000 in earnings. If they need $40,000 for education expenses, they can withdraw the $30,000 in contributions tax and penalty-free. The additional $10,000 from earnings would be taxable but not subject to the 10% early withdrawal penalty. A major misconception to avoid is thinking that education expenses automatically make all Roth IRA withdrawals tax-free. Only the contribution portion is always tax-free. The earnings portion may still be taxable, even if used for education. When comparing these options on the exam, remember this framework. 529 plans are best for larger amounts specifically earmarked for education. Coverdell ESAs offer more flexibility in terms of qualified expenses, but have strict contribution limits. Roth IRAs provide the most flexibility, but come with the trade-off of potentially compromising retirement savings. The exam frequently tests these concepts through scenario-based questions where you'll need to recommend the most appropriate savings vehicle based on client circumstances, including income level, time horizon, and intended use of funds. Remember to consider state tax benefits, contribution limits, and investment flexibility when analyzing these scenarios.